guys, it's Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a senior night t-shirt using our Cricut. So I'm really just going to jump right in. So she wanted the team name on the front and her daughter's name in class of 2021 on the back. So here I'm just choosing the font that I wanted to use. I go with Cricut Classic, and I wanted to curve it a little bit. So here I'm just putting it, I'm going to bring it to the number 16. I think it might be degrees, but I don't know. I just put it at 16. And that's about as curved as I want it to be. So here I'm just going to change this to even 9 inches wide. And then for the sake of the video, I am going to change this orange to reflect the color vinyl that I'm using. It's up to you whether you actually do this. It doesn't honestly matter if I left it the black gray color that it was and still cut it on orange vinyl. It's still going to be orange. But for the sake of the video, I'll do it orange. I am going to be using blue and orange vinyl. So that's why you'll see the two colors here in Design Space. So I will be layering them once it's all cut out. So I'm just showing that to you here. Although it is actually going to be reversed. It's going to have the orange on top and then the blue on the bottom. So one shirt is going to be for the mom and one is going to be for the son. Her daughter is the one who's graduating, so the mom will have her shirt to say Southeast Cheer Mom, and the sons will just say Southeast. Well, actually, it's not even going to say Southeast. It's going to say Seminoles, but what happened was I recorded this after and messed it all up. But that really doesn't matter. The dimensions and the sizing of everything is the same as it was. It's just that it's supposed to say Seminoles instead of Southeast. So this is what's going to go on the back. Her daughter's name is Serenity, so I'm going to put Serenity and class of 2021. So again, this here is going to be 9 inches, and I'm just going to unlock that padlock to make it a little bit taller. So I changed the height to 1.4 inches. And so I did change that to orange because I'm going to be cutting that on the same mat. And then I duplicated it so I can make a second one. And so this one is going to be 10 inches. I'm going to keep the ratios the same because I'm making the sons a little bit smaller than the mom because they have different size shirts. So here I'm putting class of 2020, well, I'm shortening it, so C/O 2021 actually. And the way it naturally flows, I don't really like it. So here I'm going to click to ungroup it, so it makes each letter/number an individual item. And then I'm just going to move them until they're at a good place where I feel like it looks better. Now you can move these with your mouse, or you can just select it with the mouse and then move it with the keyboard. That's what I prefer to do so that it stays on the same line, because when you move it with the mouse, you sometimes shift it up or down a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So I select it with my mouse, and then I use the arrows on my keyboard to move everything left or right. So now I select everything, and then I just hit the weld button so that it puts it back together. So now it's all one item. And then here I'm going to change it to orange so that it's the same as the others that are going to be cut on the same mat. And I'm just redoing the sizing, 6 inches by 1.4. So I have everything on my 2 mats. Because it's iron-on, you have to mirror it. And I like to get the most out of my vinyl. So I am squishing everything pretty much together. And I'm going to cut everything out once it's done cutting with the machine. Here's my blue mat. I'm going to mirror that. And then push that up so I'm not wasting that vinyl that was in between. So I just want to remind you all that my videos, I don't want to say aren't to be taken literally, but like when I do these projects and you guys want to do something similar, I just want to let you know that it's okay not to do it the exact same way. I like to think of my videos as just an inspiration for creativity so that you guys can do something similar and just make it your own. Anything that you see on my page, your sizing doesn't have to be the same, or everything doesn't have to be exact. I've gotten comments on some of the other videos like, what size did you use, and how'd you do this, and how'd you do that? I mean, it's fine, but I want you guys to feel free and encouraged to, use your own creativity to do it your own way and make it your way, So here I'm just gonna weed out the excess vinyl. Now this can be time consuming, so I did speed this up. You just want to be careful that you're not pulling any of the stuff that you need off of there, but yeah, just be prepared that it's not going to happen in 2 minutes. It does take some time, some patience. It can be relaxing, but it can be frustrating sometimes, especially depending on what font you use. When you use those thinner fonts, they sometimes lift up. So you just want to be careful. I like to try to do it at an angle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah. When you're weeding, you want to make sure to get the middles of the letters out. I have before been about to press a shirt and realized that the middle of an O or the middle of an A was still there. So you want to make sure you get the middle out of every A, every O, every R, every P, in all the like letters. So here I am just trying to see basically how it looks in real life. You can have an idea in your head, but like once it's cut, I like to kind of just make sure that everything looks the way I hoped it would before I actually go to press it. So here I'm just taking my measuring tape to see if this is exactly in the middle. So what I do is measure the inseam from the like armpit, like the sleeve, to that first letter, and then the other sleeve to that last letter. And if it's the same amount of space on both sides, then I know it's correctly centered. Also, I make sure that my vinyl is 2 inches from that neckline. So I only press this for about 5 seconds because I am layering it. So I press that about half the time that it actually calls for, because it will stick, but of course it won't stick permanently, but it sticks enough for me to be able to layer it. Once I put this orange on top, I will press it for the full 10 seconds, and my press is set to 320 degrees. Now, if you have this type of press, you want to be careful because these things are hot, and yes, I have burned myself before. It may not look like I have learned my lesson because I just keep my hands way too close, but make sure you be careful, even if I don't. So I am going to put that protective piece back on because I am going to be applying some vinyl to the other side. Not that I think anything is going to happen to it, but just as a precaution. So you just want to make sure that your vinyl is straight. I typically hold it up and eyeball it, but I'm sure there are some tools that you can buy to use to make sure. You could, even if you have like a laser level, you could use that as well. I am using the measuring tape again just to make sure it's properly centered, but you just, again, want to make sure that it's straight, especially if you're selling products or making things for other people. You want to make sure that it's right so that they come back. So you want to check your vinyl to find out if it's a hot peel, a warm peel, or a cool peel, to see at what point you should peel off this protective layer so that you don't ruin your vinyl. I use Sizer Easy Weed Heat Transfer Vinyl. At least I think it's Sizer, S-I-S-E-R, and I believe it's a warm peel. So I had everything placed on there from when I was checking to see what it would look like. So I'm just going to take everything off except for that navy blue layer first. So I will tell you guys that it was a little bit tricky for me to figure out if this was straight or not because it was curved. I don't know. It was like playing tricks on my eyes. I just felt like I couldn't get it straight because it wasn't straight. So I don't know. So here I'm measuring from the seam of the sleeve from one side to the other, just to make sure that it's in the middle. So this shirt itself was a little bit awkward. The piece right there above the shoulder, like the stitching, one was facing the front of the shirt and one was facing the back of the shirt, so it made, honestly, the shirt a little bit uneven anyway. So it was just a lot and I was just overthinking it, but let's just get it moving already. Again, please be careful because I just keep putting my hands under there. So I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with the other shirt. I'm going to layer the orange on top of the blue. I am slightly positioning this orange just a little bit below the blue and a little bit to the right of the blue. And I am going to put Cheer Mom on here as well, so I can press the whole front as one. So here I'm showing you, you can see that front collar through the shirt. You don't want to put your vinyl on that, so I will place it below that, like just below it, because you don't want to put it on that neckline. First of all, it would be too high up. It looks slightly awkward. But you know, you want it to go kind of straight across the shoulders. So you want it under that neckline, and that'll give you, you know, the right look. here are the finished products. Let me show you the back. So there you are. Hope this video helps and give you guys some ideas of some things you can try on your own.
Give us a subscribe, hit that button.